guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to show you a life hack on how to put fresh cut flowers into a vase that you already own at home, because I think it's sometimes tricky and sometimes you cut them too short, sometimes you cut them too long and they just don't look quite right. And you want to get this kind of a look, kind of a rounded look, and depending on the vase, how to arrange it. These flowers are very special. This was what my husband just brought home for our 9-year anniversary. And so I'm gonna go ahead, and he bought 2 bundles. So I'm gonna go get the other bundle and I'll show you how I cut this one, and we'll just combine the 2. So I'm gonna go over here and get it. So here is the second bundle. These are absolutely beautiful. What I start is I just remove the outer covering, and I always find that I just cut the plastic off, or I should do this, or you can just slide them out. Okay, so it'll come kind of like this with a elastic. So what I do is I keep the elastic on. So step 1, keep the elastic on. So you've got something holding everything in place, and then you take the vase and you measure where you want your blooms to be in terms of where you cut. 3s are really important, and so in art you just want things divided in 3. So you want blooms, some green, and the vase. You want them all to be in balance. So you want them all to be in 3s. So you can tell it's like 1, 2, 3. You don't want it to be 1, 2, so 2/3 stem and flowers and 1/3 vase. Let me give you an example. Let me get another vase. Right here's another vase. So if I were to cut it for this, you would want 3s. So the flower is the main portion, so 1, 2, and then 3. So you would cut about right here, so that would be pretty. Using the smaller one, and so we don't want to cut it where we would for that one, because then it would be 1, 2, 3, and it would just look bad because it would be so much stem. So you really want to just kind of look at the vase you're putting the flowers in and imagine where you want those blooms. So I want those blooms about right here, like I've already cut. So you're going to cut your stems about right here. So I like to be really careful, because once you cut them too short, you can't like grow them out again. This is the third tip. So first one, leave the rubber band on. Second, thirds, with the blooms being the majority of the thirds. And the third one is you want to cut in a arc, so that whenever you put the flowers in your vase, it's an arc. So the middle flowers, because the person who's rearranged this made it pretty. I'm not a floral arranger. I would not be able to do such a good job. So you want the middle to have the longest stem. So my life hack is to cut in an arc. So I'm gonna, even though we want our stems to be this short, I'm gonna actually practice, and I'm going to show you. And I take some really, these are just regular scissors. If you've got kitchen scissors for vegetables, it's even better, and I cut above our sink, and here I go. So I'm cutting in an arc. Can you see that? So that it's this way, not just straight across, because if you cut straight across, all the flowers are going to look like a military line of soldiers. You need it to look pretty, like a bloom, like they have it. Well, obviously this is going to be too tall, so when I put these in the vase, look at that. So it would be 4th. See, it's not pretty, it needs to be 3rd. So I'm going to go ahead and at this point, take the elastic off. I think it's easier to cut this, and there's usually like a fold in it, and I just take my scissors and I go right over it. But tell me down below if you like roses better or fresh cut flowers. I love things he picks out, because he's got a great eye for beautiful flowers. He just does. So if you remember, I hope I remember, the rubber band was about here. If you forgot, like we were supposed to cut here. So just to make sure, I'm gonna keep my hand here. And if I cut here, will that be about right? No, you wanna be about here. So I'm gonna cut just above that second tie. So I'm gonna keep my finger here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the second rubber band off. Oops. And then where my pinky is, I'm gonna cut in a arc without cutting my pinky off. Here we go. So see that? I'm cutting in an arc. Okay, see that arc? Okay. So you can really see the arc better up against my hand. All right, so we'll go ahead and put these in. Since this is the second bloom, I'm gonna do exactly what we did the first time. I'm gonna put it right in the center of the vase. I don't wanna put it to the side because it's gonna look like two boobs sticking out side by side. So you wanna stick it in the middle of all these. So you just kind of gently shake them around. You might have to rearrange a little bit of them because these are carnations and they have really hard stems. And let's see how it turns out. See? So that's my life hack for you. I'm hoping, and see, it looks pretty. So now we've got thirds. We've got 1, a little bit of stem, 3. So you just want it to look proportioned in 3s. 1, 2, 3. So you've got stems, leaves, bushes, or flowers. So I'm hoping you find this helpful. See you guys in my next video.